Yo. Y'all are muted. No.
What's up, girl?
What's happening,
Hey, beautiful.
What's happening?
All right. I'm getting my life together real quick and getting the baby together, but I at least wanted to get it started so that we don't miss out on G Money and all her fabulousness.
I don't know if I've got a bunch of fabulousness, but let's make it happen.
All that hardcore gangster-ish.
I'll bring as much gangsta as I can.
I'll
I'll be gangsta.
You and this gum though, girl.
I know, dude. I needed something to chew on so I don't eat all the freaking food in the world.
I was watching your stories and you were like, okay. And I was like, Erin is so funny. I was just dying. I was like, this girl is just killing this gum right now.
I'm a hot mess.
Wow, welcome to the club, you know?
Always a hot mess. Let's see here. This new IG got me like, here we go.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm just giving it a minute, and hopefully more of these peeps are hopping on.
Yeah.
Hey, Decker.
Yep.
Are you good for tomorrow?
For what? What tomorrow?
2-star?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yay! We just got done with a football game. And so all my kids are in the car, and we had to pull them off the playground to get in the car. So little dude is screaming bloody murder. So he's just locked in his car seat, and I'm standing outside the car.
Been there, done that.
I've totally been there and done that. It's pleasant. Yeah, that's fun.
I'm like, scream on, dude. I'll just climb out. Okay, well, I'll just do a little intro and start so you can start chatting, G Money, and hopefully some of these people are going to hop on.
All right.
All right.
I'm muted.
Kaylani, you're the only one who doesn't know Erin. Come on. This is my friend, Erin. I really, truly forgot her name the other day while I was going to send her a message because I think of her as G Money. So I'm like searching in my messenger thread for G and it doesn't come up. And I'm like, what's her name? Which is funny because I have the same name. So she is like my soul sister here because she is so my people. She gets me. She's just my fave. So she's been around for a long time. She knows everything basically. And she is crushing it. She's about to you're about to get 3-star down, right? Yes. Oh my gosh. So exciting. Anyway, I'm really excited to hear from her because she's had some really good success lately with some of the new things she's been trying with inviting. And I know that's always kind of hard for some peeps. So I'm excited to hear what she has to tell us. And sorry, I'm going to mute myself and on video so you can't see my screaming brood for a second.
All right, you want me to go? Am I good? All right, you guys. Okay, those of you guys that don't know me, so I'm Erin, and I have been coaching for 5 years. And I'll give you just a little bit of my backstory so you kind of understand kind of where I've been and why I am where I am now. Okay, so back in August of 2013, I knew Micah because we had played volleyball together and my husband played football with her husband. And so I knew Micah. And when I was done and whatever, she went to do her thing. I remember scrolling through it was right after I had my third baby, and I saw her post an ab selfie, and I was like, what is she doing? She's got 2 kids. What's she doing? And then the ball kind of got rolling. I ended up losing a lot of weight with T25. And then I decided, okay, I guess I should work this business. Like, I have good results. And you guys, I come from like an eating disorder background where I didn't think you could get results unless you starved yourself. Like, literally, that's how I thought of my life. Even though I'm a college athlete and I majored in health and nutrition and I was an athletic trainer. Anyways, so I went diamond, you guys, once I made the decision. I started working the business in October, and I went diamond by New Year's. So I went diamond pretty quickly once I decided to work the business. And then, you guys, I had this, and those were all like my friends and family and kind of close knit market, I guess a warm market is who I got to be on my team. And when I got to diamond, I didn't really know. The business back then was so different, and I didn't know there was something past diamond. Okay, so I stayed at diamond for a really long time. And I was talking to Erin about this earlier, that like so many times we get stuck at diamond because there's really like, it's so hard to get to diamond. And then when you get to diamond, like, what do you do? And like, Micah seems so far away, like her 15-star, triple 15-star, like that seems so far away. And so we stop and we get overwhelmed and we start comparing ourselves, and then it just goes stagnant. So I will be going into 3-star qualification tomorrow, and I have a pretty legit squad right now. And I want to kind of talk to you guys about how I've built my squad. And the people who I started with 5 years ago are not the people who are on my team right now. Okay, so that has nothing to do with you. I want to get that out of the way. Like, it has nothing to do with you and your leadership abilities. And even Micah will tell you, like, she gets cancellations every day, every other day. Like, it's nothing out of the norm for people to cancel. Okay, so I want you to kind of understand that. And when you get to diamond, it's not somewhere where you want to stay. It is a place of growth. The only thing that's different when you get to diamond is that you might have a few people who are ready to work, you might not, but your cycle goes from like $14 to $18 a cycle, right? And you want to have as much volume as you possibly can. And so you don't ever want to stop at diamond. When you stop, it's like, there's a Darren Daly one time, and it's like the fulcrum. So when you're spinning this top and you start, it's really, really heavy. And if you're pushing this top and you're spinning it, it takes a lot of momentum to get going, right? But once that top keeps spinning and you just kind of keep pushing it along, it's going to keep going. But as soon as you stop, it stops too. Okay, so you always have to continue to keep going and keep going and keep going. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about inviting and how not to be a weirdo, because you guys, let's just be honest. Those of y'all that don't know me, I'm super weird. I'm awkward. I'm a mom of 4 and I rap. And I am like super ghetto fabulous. I taught middle school 8th graders. And let's just say like my classroom was just straight up entertainment, because that's all I know how to do is like make people laugh. And I'm just ridiculous, you guys. Okay. I have absolutely no organizational skill. Okay. I can't say that anymore. I do now. Okay. I used to not have any organizational skills whatsoever. Even being a teacher, it just makes me chaotic. So I want to talk about my process of inviting. I work my business probably 95% on Instagram. Do you guys work on Instagram? You guys all do Instagram? Okay, because Facebook is not my jam. Facebook to me is more of where I just have my coach pages on there, and it's more of where like my family is, people who are just like old friends from like high school, people who don't really care about my business. It's just really kind of like when people send you a friend request on Facebook, it's like, let me go see who this person is. Like, why are they friend requesting me? But on Instagram, it's like, dude, give me who's all there. Follow me. I don't even care. Okay, so Instagram is where it's at because you can literally reach hundreds of thousands of people. And you guys, my Instagram, I was a full-time teacher when I first started, and I had a private account, and it was at like 200 followers. You guys, like, I had none because I couldn't make it public because of my 8th grade, 9th grade boys that I did not want seeing my profile, you know. I'm at 17.3 thousand right now, and that's over the course of a while. So it's taken me a long time, but I have built my following pretty good in the last little bit, okay? So when it comes to inviting, how many of you guys feel that that's somewhere you guys struggle? Do you guys struggle with inviting? Kind of. Because I want you guys to know that it's still not like super easy for me. Like, it's not easy. Like today, I was looking at my Power Hour sheet and I'm like, oh, I have not invited yet today. And I totally get in my head. But if you guys think about it, how did you become a coach? Like, if your coach hadn't asked you if you want to do this, you probably wouldn't be a coach. Like, you just never know what opportunities lie ahead of you. I'm going to talk about what I do. So I run my business in, I'm sure you guys have heard the new thing with collections. Have you guys heard about the collections on Instagram? Okay, so what I do is I run mine, and I have daily collections. So these are all of my daily collections. Okay. Now I do mine in two different types. I have a monthly collection, and that's where I put just people who are like challenger prospects that I don't think would be quite ready for coaching. And then I have a daily one, and those are people who whether they are into fitness or not, those are like my jam, like my girls that I want to freaking rock life with. Okay. And that's going to turn into my invite to be a coach. Because if you think about who you want, I don't know if you guys have ever been on a retreat or ever been to events, but you want people on your team that you want to hang out with. You just want to hang out with them, right? Like, I literally can't wait to see all my friends. Hi, you guys. Hey, I'm on a call, okay? Kinsley, can you take that? Sorry, you guys. Mom, like, yeah, Bubba's. Can you guys go that way? Let's go downstairs. Thank you. Okay, turn the lights on so you guys can see. Are you okay? Okay, sorry, I've got like the neighborhood kids over here now. Crap, where was I at? I don't even know where I was at, you guys. Oh, you just want people on your team that you want to hang out with. Okay, so when you go through, you literally just want to search people. You don't want to search anybody who's like super famous. Sandra, you don't know about collections. Okay. In your Instagram, if you go to, let's see, my search bar is all weird. Let's go food, because I like food. Okay, so if you go into your search bar right here and you go, okay, this girl looks cool because, 9,000 likes. Yeah, okay. So let's say there's a little flag. Oh, you can't really see it, but there's a little flag over here. So if you go to your Instagram and you see this little flag, you're going to click on this flag, and up pops Save to Collection. And then over here, there's an add button, an add sign, and you add it and you name your collection. So mine is like September 25th, September 24th, September 21. So those are how I do my collections. Okay. So I've got all my collections here. Does that make sense, Sandra? And so however, I used to do it coach prospects and challenger prospects and influencers. And I do have one for influencers. So let's say I go to this girl right here who's eating this burger. I'm like, dude, she looks rad AF. So what I'm going to do is she's not from the United States because it's all in a foreign language. But if I was like, dude, she's cool. She's from the US or Canada or whatever. And she has 53 comments, 9,000 likes. I'm going to save her to my collection of influencers where that's where I'm going to go through all of the people who comment and like and open up and see, okay, is she my jam? Is she not my jam? And I'm going to just save. And then I can go back to my collections and be like, all right, let's connect with this person. Or I just straight up ask them, you guys. I straight up ask them, dude, and let me go to my, let me go to some of mine. Now, another way that I track my invites is starring your conversations. Okay, so I star, it's called flagging now. At least when I updated my app, it's called flagging. But I star or flag every single person who I invite. And this way I can go back through my stars and I can go, okay, I need to follow up with all these people, or I need to go connect with all these people. And I do the same thing on my collections. I can go back all the way to August, whenever I started doing this, like August 14th or whatever, and be like, all right, I'm going to follow up with all these people from this collection. So it's a good way to track, because I am not a really big paper and pen person, only because I have like 8,000 notebooks, and then I'm like, okay, now where do I look? And it's overwhelming, and then everybody gets lost, because if that makes sense. So it's kind of like this way, it's all digital, it's all here, I can see it, and I know how many people I'm adding to my collections. I try to shoot for like 25, at least 25. That's a lot for me. I know Kennedy, the girl who taught me about this, she goes to 50. I'm a mom of 4, let's just be honest. Like, I don't have time to sit here and go through, and that's just me personally. I just don't. So I try to get 25, okay, people every day in my collections. One of my, and I'll read you guys, let's see, Alyssa, where's Alyssa? So I've added, I'm a really visual person. I keep looking over here because this is where my calendar is. I got a little whiteboard calendar, and I wrote down what day I hit Success Club. And I always write on the first Friday of the month SC10, because my goal by the first Friday of the month is SC10. So I have to bust out my invites. Like right now, all of the invites that I've been doing this week and last week are going to be my Success Club points in the first week of October. Okay, like that's just how it works. All of my people who I've invited, not all, like my last 2 coaches, I literally just invited like last week and their coaches, but that doesn't happen very often. I think that's just momentum. But I have an app called Ditto. Have you guys heard of this app called Ditto? Okay, so it's this little, let's see if I can get it in my camera. It's this little purple thing right here, and it looks like it's got quotation marks on it. Can you guys see that a little bit? So it's called Ditto, and in this Ditto, it's a keyboard, okay? So I have 4 different categories. I have an invite category, I have a response category, hashtags, and follow-ups. So I have saved, I'm trying to, okay, here are all of my invites to right here. Those are all of my different invites. So what I do is I go to my collection for the day. So let's say I'll go to yesterday's collection. If I go to yesterday's collection, I'm going to, oh, that was pathetic. I didn't put very many people in there. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to click on her, and I'm going to go to my Ditto. And I type in, I just click my keyboard, and then I'll personalize it. I always, one thing that I put is when you invite people, you want to personalize your invite. So I copy and paste, but I take out some and add something about them, something personal to them. Like, girl, I love your family. Like, you are so cute. I love what you said about such and such, or whatever. You always want to give them a compliment or give them like a warm fuzzy to make them think or know that like you're a real human and you have genuine interest in them, okay? One thing that I tell my team when I invite is don't be weird, okay? Literally just be a freaking human. And I tell my girls, send me your invite. And if you cannot read your invite out loud and it's not, if it sounds cheesy or really salesy, if you say it out loud, don't send it. Do not put yourself in the category as like those it works people. You guys, I should screenshot all these stupid ones I get. The ones that make you feel icky. You know what I mean? I'm taking my gun out. Sorry, you guys. the ones that make you feel icky, like, hey, thanks for the follow. Do you want to be a product tester? No, homie, I don't want to be a freaking product tester. I got my own shiz going. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come at me, bruh. You know? So, like, don't be that person. Okay? Get to know someone and just go. You guys know the 5-3-1, right? You guys, I'm Cray. Sorry, y'all don't know me. I'd be great. The 5-3-1 method, go comment, go like, and follow them. And there are some people who I'm genuinely like, nope, I freaking love your vibe. I love your energy. Like, you are legit my person. Are you a coach? And if they're like, nah, I do this and this. Okay, so why not? Or have you ever considered doing this with me? Do you guys want me to read you some of my invites? Like some of the ones I use, let me go to my ditto. But okay, I wrote down, just talk to the person like you're a real freaking human being. Okay, don't just automatically go, oh my gosh. So I found, and one thing that one of my coaches did, okay, I know she's not on this call, so I'm going to call her out. This is what her invite looked like. Tell me if you would send this invite. Because, hey, so I don't know if I've told you or if you've seen, but I am on this health and fitness journey. It has been life-changing for me, so I wouldn't want you to miss out on this opportunity. If you would want to hear more information on what I have been doing, I would love to share it with you. It sounds really nice, but it's not okay. I straight up told her, no, like, don't send that. Just don't freaking send that. So you don't want to tell people, hey, I'm on this journey. You want them to ask you, so what are you doing? I ask people all the time, dude, have you ever considered doing what I do? Have you ever considered this? Well, what do you do? I see that you rock in fitness. Like, what do you do? Oh, girl, let me tell you. Okay. And that's how I talk to them. Like, girlfriend, let me tell you what's up. Okay. So that's how I talk. Another thing that I do a lot of is video message. I'm very passionate and I'm very outgoing. And when people see me, it's more so like, oh my gosh, you took the time out to like video me, and people get like warm fuzzies all over the place when I'm like, girl, you should do this with me. And they're like, oh my gosh, like, you just messaged me. I'm not that cool, but yeah, I did, you know? And so take the time out to just, girl, what are you doing? Like, you freaking rock this out. Okay, show interest in them. Like, connect with them on a human level and not a fitness business level. Connect with them. Like, a couple of the girls I've been talking to, like, I am really passionate about the youth. And I was a middle school teacher and I taught at-risk youth, and I was a suicide prevention advisor for a peer group at school. And so I'm really, really passionate about those things. So when I find someone who is passionate about those things too, I set business aside and I strictly focus on our connection, if that makes sense. But just because you have a connection with someone doesn't mean you can't invite them. You don't have to spend months and months talking to them, okay? You can spend like 3 conversations and be like, dude, I have got to ask you before fear takes over. Have you ever thought about doing this with me? Like, it'd be so fun to have your energy and your passion and us be on the same page rocking this journey together. Like, just, does that make sense, you guys? So you have to find a way to connect with someone on a different level. Just don't be freaking weird. Okay. Let's see. What was the other one? Yeah, look and personalize, and then my Ditto app. Okay. I don't know how much time I have, so you guys can cut me off when you need to cut me off. Hold on, let me tell these kids they have 5 minutes. Hold on. Okay. All right, there's one where I send people who I don't really know. And this is like people that I'm like, you're going in my collection, but I've got to ask you before someone else does. That's how I feel. So also, let me tell you guys, I have squirrel. I'm a squirrel personality. I promise I'll get to this, but if I think of something, I've got to say it. So I used to get so angry with Micah. So angry with Micah because she invited the entire world. Like the entire Weber State, everybody that lived in Ogden, I swear she had invited. She even got my roommates, okay? But I used to be so pissed. Like, what the heck, dude? And that's why I stopped going to Facebook. That's why I was done with Facebook, because those were our mutual connections. And I was like, ugh, I'd get so mad. But then I had to stop and think like, okay, and this is just like past 2 years. I've been like, well, duh. How would they know that I am doing Beachbody if I don't ask people and if I don't show people what I'm doing? So always make sure, and I think Danielle Natoni said this, be the crazy Beachbody lady in your town. Be that person. You don't have to be weird and salesy, but you guys, I used to be freaked out to wear anything that said Beachbody because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a creep. Last night to volleyball, I wore my Summit shirt from last year. It says like, I am Team Beachbody, the most comfortable shirt ever. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really nervous to wear this shirt. What are people going to think of me? And then I got it out of my head and was like, screw that. What if someone asks me a question about it? That totally shifted my whole perspective on like, okay, what if someone has ever been thinking about it and they asked me a question, but they didn't know because I wasn't wearing that shirt. Does that make sense? So always be a storefront. Like you are always a storefront for your business. Okay, let me get back to this invite thing. I think that's where I was at. I don't even know, you guys. Okay, I said, hey, like HAAAYYY, like, hey, girl. I know we don't really know each other, but I've been creeping on your page for a hot minute. You and your fan are so freaking awesome. I feel like we could legit be friends. But before fear takes over, I've got to ask, have you ever thought about coaching or doing what I do? Or maybe you already are a coach, because everything you post is freaking rad AF and you are so full of energy and life. For real though, I feel like you should have been a coach like yesterday. Cartwheel emoji, sunglasses emoji, smiley face emoji. Not all of them are that long. That was just the first one that I have. And sometimes I'll just cut a whole bunch of crap out. Like this one, K, no joke, I've been creeping on your page for a while. Not in a creepy way though. I just think you're absolutely rad AF and I would love to just hang out with you. You are like my person. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Super simple, to the point. Have you ever considered doing what I do? End with a question, okay? Yeah, babes, I've been creeping on your page. Let's see what's the other one. Now, another thing, you guys, if people are watching your stories, dude, they're fair game. They're totally 100% fair freaking game. If they are watching your stories, that means they actually have to come to your stories and watch. I used to just go through people who, like on posts and just message people who like double tapped. But let's be real, not everybody literally means to double tap. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, you're cute, double tap. But people are going to your stories to watch your stories. So be up in your stories. Today I didn't post any stories and I feel like a total failure, but that's okay. It's a stressful day today. So I'm good. It's over. We're done. So, but I go through and I message everybody who watches my stories. Everybody. And it's the same thing. So I say, girlfriend, thanks for hanging out with me in my stories. Or I say, I see you still checking out my stories. Thank you. Have you ever considered doing this with me yet? It'd be fun to rock our journeys together. But I just straight up tell them, thanks for still watching my stories. Are you ready yet? Are you down to roll yet? Like, what's up? And there was a girl, she's a coach, that I messaged her in March. And I just straight up said, girl, what's up? Like, I think you are awesome. Thanks for checking out my stories. If you're ever interested, no, that's weak language. Don't say if you're ever interested. That's weak. Don't be weak, sauce. Okay, all those little words, if you say if, they're never going to message you. So you have to tweak some of that language to make sure that it's confident, but not too forward, if that makes sense. But I messaged her back in March and she totally ghosted me. Totally 100% ghosted me. And I think I followed up with her one more time and it wasn't even a follow-up. It was just another invite. And she actually responded back in August. So from March to August, she's still watching my stories, still looking at everything. she filled out my challenge group information application from my bio, and she's a coach now. She's not doing anything with coaching, but she's still signed up and she's still rocking it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you never know. Huh? Okay, mommy's on a call, so go. Yeah, tell Quinn they gotta go home. Because their mom wants them home now. So when you guys, and there are people, my coaches ask me this all the time. How many times do you invite? When do you write them off? You guys, if they're still watching my stories, I invite them every single month. Every month. They are still watching. They're there for a reason. It's just not the right time. Sorry, I've got the whole neighborhood here screaming. But really, you guys, you just have to be confident in what you have, and you're late. It's going to be just a couple words that you need to tweak in order to show what you have. Okay? Oh my God, you guys, my hair. If you ever watch my stories, my hair is always stupid. Anyways, I'm squirrel brain, you guys. Okay. I haven't been reading any of these. Do people ever have problems hearing your IG video? No. I never had people that, oh, hey, can you keep them down for a little bit? Because I am almost done. When you guys are sending video messages, always, always, always keep it in the chat. Always keep it in the chat. Do you guys know how to do that? Okay. Okay, so this girl, I just videoed her right before we got on this call. We were talking on Friday, and we were supposed to talk back on Sunday, and I totally spaced, and I've been thinking about this girl, and I was like, okay. So I videoed her and was like, girl, I just wanted to tell you that I've been thinking about you, and I loved our conversation. We just need to pick it up again, and something. I'd love to chat with you about rocking a business together, because it would just be so fun to have someone like you doing this with me who understands me. And she says, I love this and seeing you. Working a double, but I'll hit you back because yes, exclamation points. I'm interested and we need to do some more chatting. So even if she doesn't sign up tomorrow, that's still someone who I have made a connection with who's gonna be there. Like I'm not in any hurry because it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? One of my brand new coaches, her name's Alyssa. She signed up at the very end of August. She freaking hit Emerald in like 2 days, and her volume is at like 600 and something, and she's just rocking the crap out of it. And the way I asked her, I sent a welcome message, and she responded back, and I just was like, are you a coach? I've got to ask, like, just straight up, are you a coach? No, are you? Yep, you should be on my team. She's on my team. But I feel like if you can feel, like, you guys, I'm really weird, and I tell this to everybody, like, energy is such a real thing. It is so real, and people are going to feel. If you are typing with passive energy, if you're typing with, and you're not confident and you don't really know, I promise you the person on the other end of that receiving your invite is going to feel that, and they're going to ghost you. I promise you. Hey, Chad, Sarah wants those kids home. Oh, my God. Quinn, you guys got to go home. Oh, okay. Sorry, you guys. Okay, yes, I am Erin _Ashley. Yes, that's me. You guys, I'm so squirrel. I'm sorry. Amanda, go do your thing, girl. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I always carry my team leader backpack with me everywhere I go. And people are like, it's so cute. And it says team leader on it and like Beachbody. And I'm like, you want one, don't you? Like, I'll show you how to get one. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, rock it, you guys. Okay. Do you guys have any, hopefully that helped a little bit, but I promise you guys, energy is a real thing. Have a goal. And the thing that has been helping me, because I'm really, really bad at tracking, but those collections have helped me to put a visual, I'm a very visual person. And so I can see the 25 people or the 20 people that I put into that collection. And then I can go back. or all the people that I've starred, and I know, okay, those are all the people I've invited the last little bit. I've got to go back, you know, through all my stars and go connect with those people. Sometimes I don't straight up invite, and you can feel when people just need a little bit more love, a little bit more connecting, and that's okay. But don't be afraid to invite people and ask them about, have you ever considered doing this with me? Don't just say, dude, do you want to be a coach? Like, no. But I'll straight up tell you that I have not been inviting to challenge groups. I have strictly just been inviting to coaching. I kind of passively word it that way because it's more like, have you ever considered doing what I do? And some people take it as, oh, like working out? And I'll be like, yeah, that. Or other people be like, what do you mean? I'm like, let me tell you. Okay. So like, if you leave it open, you can kind of feel like gauge which way they want to go, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense, you guys. How do you go about finding people on Instagram? So, and where do we find our collections? So you have to make your collections, but if you go to your profile, and hold on here. If you go to your profile page and you swipe, you have to swipe over now if your Instagram is updated, and it'll say insights, saved, or discover people. And it should be under your saved, like your flags. But you can save a picture. There's just a little flag on the side, and save it and create your own collection, however you want to do it. Some people just do a monthly one, and that's fine. I need more of a intention, because I found when I just did a monthly one, I was just adding people here and there. It wasn't like, I didn't know how many I added the day before or whatever, if that makes sense. Okay, so I think it's Kate. Is it Kate? Caitlin? Caitlin, one of you? I don't know. Sorry. How do I find new people? So I don't know if you guys use Stim or 21 Social or any of those things. I used Stim for a little while, and they completely screwed up my profile. They screwed up and they just followed a whole bunch of coaches, and it was awful. But I search people. So I find someone who I legit like. I don't know if you guys know about like the LDS faith, like Mormon faith. So there's a girl that I follow, and I don't use her because she has a lot of, this is just an example, but she's got a lot of young girls that follow her, so I don't use her stuff anymore. But her name is the Tattooed Mormon. Her name's Al Caraway, and she's incredible. I love her backstory. I love everything about her. Just like the non-judgmental, like Mormons don't have tattoos. She is tatted up. And so it's kind of like, I love her and what she stands for. So what I would do is I'd go to her page, and everybody who likes on her stuff, I go and I follow them. You know, if they're private, you got to kind of gauge and see if you want to follow them or not. If they've got a legit profile, you know, bio and profile pic, sometimes I'll follow them. But for the most part, I go through likers and commenters on someone that I like, and I save them to my influencers. I also save, you guys know those ads. I'm a sucker for ads. I'm a really big sucker for ads, my poor husband. So like there's this, and I'm going to get these for my squad. Once I get a couple more that like actually hit diamond, and that are going to summit. So our summit, we're going to get these, my team is snapback, and it's got a lot of meaning to me. So I'm getting us all snapback hats, but the cute ones that you can put your ponytail through. So anyways, I'm like, dude, these people, if they like that hat, I like that. We are like, we're girls, right? Like, that's my girl. So I'm like, okay, if they like that hat, I like that hat, we should be friends. So I saved them on my influencers list. And so I'll go through and I'll go 531 them and go through all those people who liked that ad. I've also done it with these shorts. They're CrossFitter shorts. These little like biker shorts, like IAB. I've done it with those. So I'm like, dude, one, those people work out. Two, we've got to be girls, because like I like those shorts, right? They're unicorns. Like, come on, who doesn't like unicorns? You know? So that's how I try to find new people, if that if that helps a little bit. Plus when you do it the date. Yes, and that it's so much easier to follow up because they're already in a spot. So, okay, I have talked a lot. I hope I've covered things that you need me to cover. Has it been okay? Do you guys have any questions for me? Because I've got a little bit of time. Because my husband is home now. Yeah, anytime. I love seeing your guys' faces. I love it.
So good, friend. So good.
Hopefully that was
You're
okay.
just-
And what you wanted.
So Sandra
It is. It's
asked
great.
where you find your collections. So
Yeah.
Sandra, if you're on your Instagram, I'm going to go to mine so you can see it. So you go to your Instagram and you go to your profile at the bottom right. And then if you swipe over and go back. If you swipe over, it'll say saved. And that's where your bookmark collections are.
But you have to have a collection.
Yeah, you have to have collections. If you don't have anything saved in your bookmarks, then you won't have a collection. So that's why it's really good to start getting some really solid influencer accounts based on what your niche market is. So
can I just say something with that really quick?
yeah.
So you guys, when you're trying to find, you want to, and I said this earlier, but you want to connect with someone outside of fitness, outside of Beachbody, like connect with them as like a real human. I had my team do a color wheel, and on this color wheel, it has all these different things that they enjoy doing. So like DIY, like I love crafting, DIY. A lot of people love like Harry Potter or something like that. Like you can find, if you find out what you're interested in, you can search things like that. Okay. And also when you search, there's other hashtags. Like if you put in mom life, there's going to be other hashtags that pop up that you can go, like sub hashtags that you can go search for. Did you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. I think some of them didn't know that. So if you go, let's say like dance, like I love dance, you guys, I wish I was a dancer. So I follow all these like world of dance people, and I really wish in my alternate life that I was like a crump hip hop dancer with like, oh, I want to be, oh my God, you guys, that stuff like fires me up. So anyways, if you go here, you can go, and up here it'll have like all these different hashtags up on the top. So click on one, and then you can see, my light, but okay, hold on, let's see if I can find it. There. Okay, all up here are all different sub hashtags. Okay, so you can go and search different hashtags and then write them down or save that hashtag. Save like a someone in there that is an influencer. And I do have a collection for just straight up influencers. Okay. But yeah, you want to connect with people outside of Beachbody. So yeah.
Erin, on Ditto, what were your, you said you did invites, you did some on hashtags. What else did you do?
I have response because I'm tired of typing down the same freaking response. And okay, one of the things that I'll give this to you guys, that I tell my team when people ask, if you guys ever get this, like, well, what do you do? What is coaching? And instead of, please, you guys, this is something that one of my rock star coaches, she didn't understand why people are ghosting her. She's giving them so much information, and it's like page long. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody gonna read that. Like, give them a little bit, let them ask a question, and then give them a little bit more, and then let them ask a question, or end it with a question. And then you give them a little bit at a time, because I used to do that, you guys. I was the worst. I look back and I was like, oh my gosh, I was such a weird coach. Like, how did I ever get to Diamond? Like, I was so freaking weird, you guys. Like, I just said, oh my gosh, look at all the stuff. Okay, so here's what I say. When people say, all right, so what is coaching? And I say, yes, like ASSSSSS. Right? Like, yes, girl. So coaching is really rad. And then what I do is I put the 4 vital behaviors in my own language. I tell people, you go on your own journey, and you show up for you. It's the first thing you do. You're accountable in your own fitness journey. And I say, are you familiar with Beachbody programs? The second thing we do is personal development, because we want to be the best version of ourselves. You got to fuel your mind just like you fuel your body. The third thing is we share a journey and invite others to change their life too. The fourth thing is we shout out our peeps for being rad and getting results. And then I tell them, hey, I did an info group with a live Q&A if you want to check it out. So and that's pretty much, it sums up coaching for me, is the 4 vital behaviors. It simplifies it. That's what we do every single day, right? Like when in doubt, you have to show up for you. You need to do your personal development. You invite, you say, what's up? Good job, homie. You know what I mean? So 4 things, that's what we do. Okay. Don't overcomplicate this business. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. So I do a response, and I have that, and I have like, what you'll get. So you'll get a year Beachbody on demand, a month supply of Shakeology or Performance Line, blah, 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 blah. I have that as my ditto, and I have a follow-up message. Dude, you guys, you know on Instagram if they've seen your message. You straight up know. But I play dumb because that's just how I roll. So I said, hey, love, I'm not sure if you've got my last message, but I wanted to come back and see if you're ready to rock this journey with me. Do you have any questions? Or what are your questions? I'd love to hear your goals so we can crush them together. Okay. Always make it about them. Always ask them what goals they want to crush, or what are your goals? And obviously you don't just give someone the Lift 4 pack because it's on sale. Like if they can't do Lift 4, don't freaking offer them Lift 4. It's $10 more. It's not like you're getting that much more commission on it. You know what I mean? Like just hook them up with the regular pass and have them do Country Heat. If that's what, you know what I mean? So don't always, just because it's on sale, don't just offer that to them. Like find out their goals, you know? Let's see. Anything else? Sorry, you guys. I just talk forever. I'll be done.
Would you be willing to share some of your scripts with us?
Yeah. How do you guys want me to do that? I'll show you. Oops. They're really-
You can send them in. You could send them to me, and I can share them in the message thread.
Yeah, there's really one that what's her name? On the National Wake Up Call. I think it was last week. Not this week, but last week.
The PB&J?
Yes. She gave one that was really good too. Like I kind of put it in my own words, but she had said this almost exact same thing. I hope I'm not being too forward, but I love how positive you are. So you always want to give them a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you post is super real and raw. I love that. I'm always looking for positive, upbeat mamas to join my squad. Emojis, you know. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Just like so simple, you guys. Use your language, but you have got to put like your flair on it. Like I personally think the word tribe is overused. I think that's just me personally, but I use the word squad, like squad up, like let's go. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gangsta like that though. Like you've got to like whatever fits to you. And one of the things that is so beautiful about this business is that coach number 1, Ashley Molstead, coach number 2, Emily Farber, they do not work their business the same. In fact, she does things that she would never do, and vice versa. Like Micah does things that Amy Rada does not do, and vice versa. Like this business is so beautiful, and you just have to figure out what you can kind of hold on to and roll with. You don't have to take everything that I just said and adapt everything. Maybe it's just, I'm going to start working on collections. And then from your collections, you start, inviting more and more. You want to invite at least 10 people a day. So just start doing that. Find an invite that works. If you don't use the word babes, don't say, hey babes. I do. But I usually say, hey, loves, like, what's up, or girlfriend, like with the friend, but with the spicy girl, spicy emoji, but that's me because I'm spicy like that, but if you're not spicy, don't be spicy, like that. I don't know. But just use your language. I'll give you guys a couple of what I do. I'll message them to Erin. But you guys have to change them. You can't use like what I say.
I promise. Promise.
Because it's like,
I'm too white to say what you say.
Yeah, so am I. I just keep it pretty basic. Hey, girl.
I tell people I'm basic too. I'm like, girl, I'm so basic. I am pumpkin earthing. And they're like, what?
I gotta tell you a funny story about Glover real quick because we have like met several times at retreats that Micah had, but we like saw each other, but we never really talked much to each other. And then is it just Mexico where we kind of just started talking? That's like the first time. And then we were like glued together in Mexico the whole time. It was like her and her friend went, and then my husband and I, and the four of us would like go everywhere together. It was so funny. And
no, let's just be real. Like my friend Jill was glued to her husband's hip, and it sounds really weird, but it wasn't weird at all.
she and my husband totally hit it off because they were like sarcastic about the rest of us Beachbody coaches the whole time because they were like the plus ones. They're both coaches, by the way. But she's the one who's dancing everywhere, and she got us pictures with every single one of the corporate guys while we were at in Mexico. So we have a picture with Carl Deichler and with Jeff Hill and Michael Newman. I mean, we got a picture with every single person because she'd like go up and dance on them until they stood for a picture for us. Anyway,
it was hilarious. Carl Deichler was trying to get up on stage, and no joke, you guys,
you got to watch her dance real quick.
I did this. You can't pass me, like I think he couldn't pass me. It was pretty funny, but anyway, that's how I roll.
So if you want to get a picture with the high up guys, hang out with her because that's how you get it.
That'd be me.
All right. Anyone else have any questions?
Oh yeah, there is no scarcity of coaches, you guys. And
People think everyone's a Beachbody coach. There are so many. There are way more people who need what we have than there are Beachbody coaches. Way more people. And that's why it's so great that you can just do you. Be authentic. Be true to you. Otherwise, you are going to come off weird. If I started talking like her and I'm like, hey, homie, they'd be like, what are you saying? Like, I don't talk like that. So just do you. That's what people connect with. And you want people who connect with you. So
no, you're gonna have to wait.
okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime.
Thanks, Erin. That was awesome.
I hope that helps a little bit. If you guys have questions, please just reach out to me. I'll answer. If you like message me on Instagram or something, I'll message you back. Just tell me who you are. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks for letting me talk my life away to you guys.
Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Go take care of your babies. I'm going to do the same right here.